Mr. President, preserving the full faith and credit of the United States is one of the most important responsibilities that members of Congress face. It requires cooperation, bipartisanship, and leaders who can instill confidence and calm to the markets and working families alike. But I cannot think of a worse message to send to the world than for Speaker McCarthy to travel all the way to New York, look Wall Street in the eye, and threaten that the U.S. will default on its debt unless Republicans get spending cuts first. Why the Speaker traveled all the way to New York to give a speech that offered nothing new in substance or concept, but the same dangerous message, different than what we've done in the past, is beyond me. If Speaker McCarthy continues in this direction, the U.S. is likely headed towards default. But you know what will avoid default, Mr. President? Republicans working with Democrats to avoid this crisis altogether, just as we did under Donald Trump. Now, the Speaker has insisted for months on cuts, though he has failed to offer any clarity about what kind of cuts Republicans want. House GOP leadership is presenting their wish list to their members at a closed meeting this morning. No one should confuse this wish list as anything more than a recycling of the same bad ideas we've heard about for weeks. And it's still not clear that Speaker McCarthy has the votes to even pass this. Indeed, a handful of House GOP members insist they won't raise the debt ceiling for anything, not even a GOP wish list. One of the few specific items is the Speaker's laughable suggestion, and it is laughable, that we avoid default for only a year, ensuring that this dangerous crisis repeats itself in 12 months. Why the Speaker thinks anyone would agree to have another debt ceiling crisis next year is beyond me. Nobody is saying that there cannot be a conversation about what kind of cuts Republicans want, but it doesn't belong in this debate, plain and simple. It belongs in discussions over the budget that Congress has every year, and not as a precondition to avoiding default. So let me make this easy for my Republican colleagues. Don't bother with partisan wish lists and unrealistic proposals that will never solve this debt default crisis. Instead, avoid default using the same approach we did under President Trump twice and under President Biden once. Democrats and Republicans working together without preconditions.
Hello, friends. So a question that many retirees ask is, do Social Security recipients have to file a tax return? This is one of the most common questions during tax season for seniors and retirees. Officials have confirmed whether Social Security recipients should file taxes this year. Lawmakers are pushing for changes to be made to the cost of living adjustment. Dear friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dearest friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Social Security recipients are on track to receive a more modest cost of living adjustment next year, as once red-hot inflation continues to cool off. The Senior Citizens League, which is a nonpartisan group that focuses on issues relating to older Americans, estimated the adjustment could only be about 3%, and that's based on March inflation data, which showed the Consumer Price Index climbed just 0.2% from the previous month and is up 5% from last year. That is the lowest pace since May 2021. The annual Social Security change is calculated based on the CPIW, which rose just 4.5% over the past year. Should Social Security beneficiaries see a 3% increase in their monthly checks next year, it would mark a steep decline from 2023, when recipients saw an 8.7% bump. That was the highest in 4 decades. An increase of 3% would raise the average retiree benefit of $1,827 by about $54 per month. But according to Mary Johnson, a policy analyst at the Senior Citizens League, she said it is still a very early estimate and is subject to changes. The Social Security Administration will release a final adjustment percentage in October. Mary Johnson also stated, if inflation continues to fall at the current rate, it appears that the COLA for 2024 will be lower than 3%. Between January 2021 and December 2022, the average Social Security benefit fell short of high inflation by about $1,054. This year's 8.7% benefit increase has exceeded the actual rate of inflation every month so far in 2023 by about 2.6%, or roughly $44 per month. But average benefits have recovered only $179 since the start of the year, and that's the amount before the deduction of the Medicare Part B premiums. The standard Part B premium is $164 this year. That is down from $17 in 2022. The group has pushed Congress to adopt legislation that would index the adjustment to inflation specifically for seniors, such as a consumer price index for the elderly or the CPIE. That index specifically tracks the spending of households with individuals aged 62 years old and older, and is more encompassing of their expenses, which includes Medicare premiums and out-of-pocket healthcare costs. Mary Johnson said, an inflation measure that does not adequately measure and accurately accounts for the portion of income spent on healthcare tends to undercount the actual rate of inflation and shortchange the Social Security COLA. For people who receive monthly Social Security checks, one common question of whether they need to file tax returns and if they could receive a refund often arises around tax day. Certain individuals will need to file a tax return on April 18th. A filer's age, marital status, and how much income they earn outside of Social Security benefits will affect whether they need to submit a tax return. Wages, self-employment income, interest, and dividends, for example, are all required to be reported on tax returns. Social Security benefits are taxable if the person files as an individual or the head of household and makes a combined income between $25,000 and $34,000 a year. They will need to then pay income tax on up to 50% of their benefits. For those making more than $34,000 a year, up to 85% of the benefits may be taxable, and this is according to the Social Security Administration. Combined income refers to the filer's adjusted gross income, plus non-taxable interest and half of their Social Security benefits. If filers submit a joint return and the combined income between the couple is between $32,000 and $44,000 a year, the couple may have to pay income tax on up to 50% of their benefits. But married couples who live together and file separately will likely have to pay taxes, but it's unclear how much. Supplemental security income, including disability payments, are never taxable. If someone does not need to file their taxes, they can still choose to do so they can receive a refund. If someone has made money during the year, but does not meet the mandatory requirements to file taxes, they could still receive a refund from the money that was federally taxed during that year. Well, my most amazing and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Monday. Thank you, dearest friends, for being part of this community and for being here every single day. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.